All right. Welcome, 20-minute Tuesday sprint training. We are going to start the clock. There we go. 20 minutes in, you're out, you're on with your selling. For those of you who are new to the process, let's go down through the ground rules real quick. 20 minutes, that's exactly what it is. 20 minutes to get in, learn, get out, get back to what you need to be doing right now to start crushing your numbers. I'm going to hang around for another 10 minutes at the end. If anyone has pointed questions, I'm going to be here to answer them. If you do have questions, there is a nice handy dandy little chat right down here where I am typing here, and post your questions right in there. I'm going to answer them in order. We usually don't get to all of them. So as you have questions that come up as we're going through things, plug them right in there and I'll read them from top down. All of the content that you're going to see in here has come directly out of the skill session that's live inside Triple Session right now. You can see on your screen here some of the thought leaders that we have pulled together, a lot of the content that you're going to be hearing over the next 19 minutes. Some of these are really on point. A lot of it's new. Again, we're talking about LinkedIn in 2023. So a lot of this stuff is going to be hot off the press, fresh. There are 3 keys that every salesperson should know about, 3 really specific takeaways that anyone here, regardless of what your role is, if you're BDR, rep, AE, manager, if you sell B2B, B2C, account management, doesn't matter. There are 3 big takeaways that are going to be valuable for everyone. So stick around, last the full 20 minutes. It's going to be worth it. We're going to have some fun here. So first thing, just as a little housekeeping here, a lot of what we're going to talk about for these best practices live inside LinkedIn Sales Navigator. It's a lot of tools and tactics and procedures that you can only do if you have Nav. So if you don't have Nav, check it out, get it. They're not paying me to say it. It's just a cool tool. And if you use LinkedIn Navigator, if you use LinkedIn for your business, you should probably have Navigator anyway. If your business doesn't buy it yourself. It's sick. So first, before we get into the stuff that's brand new, let's talk about the existing LinkedIn tactics that are still relevant for 2023. The stuff that's not outdated, the stuff that you should still be doing here, April 2023. Number 1 is personalization. So anyone you talk to that knows their stuff when it comes to LinkedIn, connecting, nurturing, warming up conversations, networking, it all has to do with personalization. Navigator makes it really easy. There are a few sessions inside the skill track that we just launched that really give you some great tactics as to how to personalize using their filters. The advanced filters are there for that reason. You really want to go right down with a scalpel, not a broad knife, as far as who you're reaching out to. If you're using LinkedIn for prospecting, zero it right down to as specific as you possibly get. Use these filters as your friends and customize really targeted messages. Now, that doesn't mean you can't use templates. So templates can do the body work. Customization comes in with the details. So the steak on the table can be the template. The seasoning should be your personalization. Put a little salt, pepper, herbs and spice and everything nice in there. Make sure that you are personalizing the messages. Use the filters inside LinkedIn as your source of being able to do that. There are certain ones that aren't that valuable and certain ones that are really valuable. The guys at Uptown Creation, one of the sessions that we have inside the skill track that we just launched, go through a weighted value system of the ones that are really helpful as far as outreach and the ones that are not so much. The most valuable filter that they recommend, and this is an agency that just consults on LinkedIn prospecting, is this button that you're seeing on the screen right here, posted on LinkedIn in the last 30 days. So if you're using the Navigator, you're focusing on outreach, you're building all of your filters, don't forget this one. The people that have posted in the last 30 days are telling you they are most active in LinkedIn. You're going to have the best success rate because they use LinkedIn regularly. You're not just going to be putting messages out into the vacuum of LinkedIn. You're going to be really zeroing in on the users that use it the most. So combining all of the filters that you'll use for industry and job title and geography and all the stuff that's relevant for your business, adding this one really sharpens the axe and make sure that the hits that you're swinging at are going to have the highest chances of success. Also still relevant, again, another session inside our track from Uptown talks about this, list organization. This is just efficiency best practices. If you are shooting from the hip inside LinkedIn right now and just randomly doing stuff without a process, without structure, you're wasting a lot of calories. You're wasting time. You're missing opportunities. The team at Uptown Creation has a track inside our skill track that talks about this 4-step process of list organization: connect request status, message sent status, responded status, and follow-up status. All of this is creating opportunities at the top of your funnel. So if you're a BDR, SDR, you're using LinkedIn for outreach to fill the top of your funnel, this process structures it, organizes it, makes sure that you don't miss anyone. And what the guys get into is this filtering sequence that the opportunities inside each of these 4 lists automatically will populate into the next level. It's just like a secondary CRM. So before you pull an opportunity into a CRM, if you're using LinkedIn Navigator to build out that top of the funnel connection, strongly recommend that you jump in, take some of these sessions, learn what the guys at Uptown Creation have put together. It's a process for it that organizes it, saves you tons of time, and again, maximizes your hit rate because they've really tweaked the formula on that filtering and the automation of how you can have the opportunities moving from one column to the next. And the last piece that's still current before we get into the brand new stuff for 2023, optimized profiles. And this is takeaway number 1. When I talk to salespeople, more than anything, they do typically a pretty shitty job of optimizing their LinkedIn profile. They love LinkedIn, but when they look at their LinkedIn profile, it's like a picture from the bar that they took back in 2016. The headline is just their job that auto-populates from the career track. There's no real background image, or if there is, it's fuzzy, it's cloudy. There's no time and love put into the profile. Takeaway number 1, at some point this week, take some time, look at your profile, go through the list of best practices. It's really clear what's out there. Best practices in building an optimized profile. You can Google it. You can take the session, obviously, inside Triple Session, which walks through exactly all the elements that you need to tweak and optimize. And one by one, check the boxes and make sure your picture is really optimized and clear. The background image, your title tags are all in line. Everything that you should be checking off that is an optimized profile is there. First, it's your personal brand. People are going to make judgments on you based on how cleaned up your LinkedIn profile is. And second, you want it optimized for search. You want people to find you. LinkedIn is a search engine. People are going to be looking for stuff and you want to come up, especially if you're focusing on your personal brand building. You want to make sure that you are going to be optimized for search. It takes a little bit of time to invest in it. And once it's done, you effectively set it and forget it for quite some time. Only when some of these algo changes come out that we're going to talk about now, do you really have to get back into the profile and tinker around with it. A lot of this stuff is going to be work that will survive year after year after year. Make the investment, make sure your profile is up to speed. So what is new to you and me in 2023? So the first, let's come back into the profile because there is some new stuff here. And we're going to start with takeaway number 2. And this is one, again, if you do not have this yet, every single salesperson, regardless of your role, needs to do this today. What you're going to see highlighted on my screen is the personalized external link. This is brand new to LinkedIn. They never allowed this before. LinkedIn wants to keep people in LinkedIn. They don't want to send people out of LinkedIn, but they realize that so many of us use this for connecting and taking people to websites, taking people to landing pages, other assets. So they offer this one little give me here in the profile that you can see here, where it says Expert Academy, and it has the little link box that takes you out of LinkedIn. You need to use this. If you are a salesperson who's looking to book meetings, you should have a calendar link in here. Set some time with me, schedule a free consultation. You can customize the wording in this link. So allow people to jump in who are on your profile and book that meeting right out of LinkedIn if they want to. If you have an asset like a landing page or an assessment that you want to drive people into, at the very least, some sort of educational material that opens them up and allows them to continue to learn about the value you, your company, your product, your service offers. Take advantage of this brand new real estate that's here in LinkedIn. If it's just content, maybe it's a blog article that you wrote, has your name on it as the bio and as the author. Build some of your own credibility with somebody that clicks on that to see an article that you had written or an interview that you had given. So takeaway number 2, you want to open up this link here and make sure you take advantage of it, at least with the scheduling app or something that you could drive some conversions out of. Another thing, it's not brand new to 2023. This launched, I believe, last year in May, but most people still aren't using it and don't know about it. Creator mode. So how do you activate that link? You need to turn on creator mode. You do this in your profile. In the one-page PDF that we'll send out after this, if you're a Triple Session member, if you're logged into our platform and you subscribe, you get the one-page PDF that will come out after this. You'll have a link to how to set up the creator mode in LinkedIn. It's pretty easy, or you could just Google, how do I turn on creator mode? You want to set this up. There really aren't many takeaways or downsides or any downsides for being in creator mode. There are a lot of upsides. One of them we just talked about is having that personal link that you could drive some conversions right into your calendar out of. Additional ones, sometimes you're on LinkedIn and you see people that have follow versus connect. They have follow because they're in creator mode. They're building a following. And just a quick little backstory, LinkedIn created this because they are now prioritizing content. They are the social media and the search engine that is least content friendly. It's not a search engine like Google. It's not a content social like Facebook or Instagram. LinkedIn are the business cards for the business world. They want to transform that and prioritize content creators. So that's why they created creator mode, and they give you a lot of extra benefits for taking advantage of it. They want you to build a following, which will motivate you to create. Hashtags below your headline, that's another change in the profile. Hashtags are a way that search engine algorithm inside LinkedIn will allow people to find you and your content. They allow you to put that in your profile now. Featured content section. So if you're in creator mode, you can have featured content that you created or took part of, interviews, YouTube videos that you are in, whatever it might be, in this nice section right below your profile, and make sure that you can feature all of your personalized content, again, for some of that brand building. LinkedIn Live, we've all started to see LinkedIn Live pop up more and more in recent months. You can't get into LinkedIn Live unless you're in creator mode. So if you're putting out some content that's on webinars or virtual or anything, you want to have that. And then we talked about the external link. Sales reps who want to book demos. I know we got a lot of HubSpot people in the house, IMAs. Put your personal calendar link in there. Schedule an inbound marketing assessment with me. Schedule a digital business assessment if you're at Rock. Schedule whatever. Use that call to action as a personal demand gen feature. LinkedIn's giving it to you now. Take it while it's there. Schedule post. This is brand new 2023, hot off the press from LinkedIn. They didn't allow this before. You see this little yellowed circle area. If you like to post and share, but you want to make sure you optimize time, you're not sending shit out Friday at 7 o'clock at night, right? Nobody is. Why? Nobody's going to read it. When do you want to drop it? Tuesday, 11 a.m., right? Mass audience. So you want to time it. This has always been done through other apps like social apps, HubSpot's app, Hootsuite, all the social monitoring tools. Most of us in sales aren't using our own social tools, but we use LinkedIn directly. Now you don't need one of those other apps to schedule it out. It's right in there before you click post. If you want to schedule it, program it out. Super easy to do that. This is what it looks like in LinkedIn, and this is where you find it inside the direct LinkedIn post. In mine, it looks quite a bit different. You'll see that mine looks a lot more like a Word document. So it's still, if you look down in the lower right, you'll see that little clock there. But mine looks very different because I'm using a customized posting app. This is another recommendation for all of you here. If you are going to start creating some of your posts, and I will recommend all of you take some time to do this, you should customize it. Don't do the bland, flat text that LinkedIn allows you to do inside the native app. There are free plugins right now that you could take literally 2 minutes to plug into Chrome and then click the button, and it allows you to put bold text, put bullets, put emojis, drop your images in, put your hashtag and search valuable hashtags. It takes 2 minutes of invested time to supercharge the posting that you're doing. Get the most out of it. You're a salesperson, you're busy, you're not in marketing, but you do have to market yourself. If you're investing some time in this to build this out, do it the right way. Take the time to make sure that it's optimized. Use a plugin app. My favorite so far, the one that I'm using, super easy to use, is Authored Up. Again, everybody that's on this, Tara, I see you walking and writing this down. Don't bother, girl. We're going to send you the 1-page PDF. It's going to have the link right in there. You're going to have the click, and then all you have to do is follow the link. Authored Up. It's free. It's Chrome plugin. It was built by LinkedIn people, and it's crazy easy to use. Supercharged anything that you're sending out. Make it a little sexier. We've all seen those posts that do it. And for me, I was wondering, how the fuck did they get the emojis in there? Now I know they use an app, so you got to get it in there. You got to tighten it up. Takeaway number 3, and this is going to be the final point before we wrap up here. AI. Few of you, I'm sure, have heard of ChatGPT. Everyone's heard of this now, right? AI, it's changing everything. Everything is being impacted by AI. And this is huge for us in sales because, again, this is not our full-time job to be out there punching out content and creating stuff and posting all the time. ChatGPT is now allowing us to have the robots do a lot of the heavy lifting, and they can play writer while you play editor. So how can you do it? There are 2 key takeaways, obviously, for the posting. ChatGPT, write a 1,000-word article for me on SEO in 2023. Boom. Have them do a lot of the heavy lifting, and then you just jump in, edit, put your own little spin on it, and then you could post, and you could use the tool that I just showed for customizing to clean it up, make it sexy, bold this, put the links there, and then publish it out and time it appropriately. The other thing, and there's a whole session on this, it takes about 12 minutes of your time to learn how to do this one effectively. The second hack is the posting back, the commenting with AI. So one of the sessions that we have in the skill track on LinkedIn prospecting shows you how to use ChatGPT to plug in a post of someone that you're following, a thought leader in the space, a prospect that you want to get into at a company, and just plug it in. Chat, write me a 2-sentence response to this post and end it with a question, and let the AI do the work. Again, you grab it, play editor, and then one after another, you can comment back on somebody else's post, and they now fall in love with you. Trust me, I've been posting a lot on LinkedIn lately. Anyone that replies to my shit, I'm in love instantly. It's love at first sight. If you do that with your prospects that you're trying to get into, do that with businesses that you're trying to break into, it's a great way to start the conversation. And it's a great way to build your personal brand. there's one final thought and final takeaway here. We are entering into the era where product does marketing, marketing does sales, sales does marketing, sales does product. You need to start thinking about your personal brand more seriously this year if you haven't done it already. Think long-term. It helps your number this month, this quarter. If you start publishing your personal brand, it will start to build more credibility with your existing audience. It will create a future audience for next quarter's number, next year's number. And if you think long-term about your career, it's obvious. The more of a personal brand you build, the more valuable you are going to be for that next career move, whether it's at your current company or another one. So investing in small doses of your personal brand, 15, 20, 30 minutes a day, every day, like brushing your teeth, it's going to keep you healthy. Maybe it's just 3 times a week. Start making this investment now. It'll pay off long time. That's 20 minutes. That is the core of our session. You're in, you're out, you learned. We're going to send out the video recording here. We're going to send out the PDF. If you want to jump in and go really deep into this stuff, Triple Session just launched 10 sessions in the LinkedIn Prospecting 2023 track. 6 thought leaders. They get into real detail on all of these tactics, best practices, how to use AI, how to take advantage of the profile, all these new tools from these thought leaders who are really smart and they live inside LinkedIn, coaching people on this all day. This is the one page you're going to get. It's going to have all those nice links. No need to take notes. Next week, if you're going to jump into our next 20-minute sprint, I'm going to share the microphone with a phenomenal rep from Twilio who I used to work with. Her name is Melanie Lacombe. She's one of the best demoers on the planet. And we're going to spend 20 minutes tapping into her brain to get a sense as to exactly what she does to deliver world-class demos. She is at the top of the hill as far as President's Club caliber on how to effectively demo. Strongly recommend that you jump in that. If you want to jump in, there's the link. Get in, and we'll be right back at it next week. Again, I'm going to stick around here for a few more minutes, answer any questions that come up in the chat. If I don't get to your questions here in the chat, we have our Slack group inside Triple Session. You could always jump in there. We have a special area for question and answer. So for whatever reason, we're not able to get into all of this today and go through all of your questions, you could always hit me up there in the Q&A or direct message me and I'll get to it. Who's up? Great, thank you. Okay, Tara, first time, not last time, I hope. Great to have you here. Who else? We'll give it one more minute here. If nobody else added any questions, I will close it down so we can all get back to doing what we need to be doing, which is focusing on some LinkedIn. Take this 5 minutes that you'll get back here and write a post, customize it. Go download the Write-Up app and put that into your LinkedIn and start getting that plugged in. Slack group, thanks Yara for putting that in there. All right, this was great. This is a good one. Hopefully everyone got some value out of it. Stay tuned. You're going to get the one pager. We also recorded, so if you want to share the recording, you'll get the link to the Zoom recording if you want to share it around. Jump into the Slack group. If you think of something afterwards that you have a question on, I'll be there. See you next week, everybody.